everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Randa, and today we are doing our weekly WIP Chat. I've been really excited to film this for some reason. Excuse you, computer, that was rude. I've been really excited to sit down and film this. I just feel like I was wanting to just sit and talk to you guys and just hang out, tell you about what's going on. I've had a lot happen. I feel like I have a lot to talk about. I hope I remember everything. And so I'm just excited to sit down and talk to you guys. It is bright and early Monday morning as usual. It is Monday the 16th, August 16th. And it is a ripe 8:16 in the morning. I just woke up as usual. When do I ever do WIP Chats besides bright and early in the freaking morning? But that's what it is today. It is restock day as always. So we will have a restock coming later today. And don't forget that the Drills and Chills release is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So Tuesday the 17th Mountain Standard Time. If you're looking to get some of my fall scents and stuff, that's tomorrow, don't forget. So, set your alarms, do all the things. I've got some new nails on today. This isn't usually what I would go for. I don't usually do blues. And I also don't usually do the short stiletto type thing. But I just loved and I also don't usually do accent. I usually like them to be all the same. This accent nail is something different for me. But I just loved the sparkle. I just thought it was so pretty, and I thought the blue was pretty, and I was like, you know what, we're going to change it up, because I feel like I rotate through the same 4 or 5 sets of nails that I can get at the store, because if you didn't know, these are press-on nails. Well, they're glue-on, but they're press-on nails from the Kiss brand at Walmart, so just whatever I can grab while I'm at the store. So that's what these are. They're just different than what I usually do. My boyfriend loves his back scratches. He's obsessed. It's it's one of his love languages, I swear. And these are a little pointier than usually feels good for him. He really likes, my favorite are the coffin nails, and those are his favorite too because they feel the best. But he's still digging his back scratches. So I don't know if I'll ever do this again. We'll see. But I think it's cute for now. Let me see. I feel like okay, let me introduce what I'm working on. So I told you guys, if you had seen, I think I mentioned it in my last WIP Chat. I definitely mentioned it when I posted my latest update on, I'm going to actually start now. My latest update on Instagram. So when I posted the finish picture of Wishes, I mentioned that the next kit that I was going to do is unlicensed, so you will not really be seeing pictures of it. I'm not going to really tell you much information about it, just because I don't want a copyright strike, and I feel bad. This is a kit that I bought forever ago before I really did licensed artwork. I tried to just stick with licensed artwork now as best I can, given, budget and things like that. So, but I have more than enough licensed kits to get me through. But I wanted to get this kit almost sort of done and out of the way. It's been in my stash for a while. I tried to do my kits in order of when I received them, and this was next in line. This is a kit from AliExpress. It's from the store called Colored Stone. So far the quality is actually pretty decent. The drills, this is a square drill kit. It's a 60 by 80 centimeter, and the drill quality is okay. It's not great, but it's not awful. And I'm not having a ton of popping drills. I'm having a little bit of popping drills, probably just because of the drill quality. But I'm not having a ton fall off or anything. So we'll see. This is sort of just my filler kit until the chuck-along starts, and then I'll do the chuck-along until my Drills and Chills kits come in, and then start Drills and Chills. But yeah, I'm a little worried about this kit only because, so you can see this part right here, it's the bottom of her hand. So this is her hand sort of sitting like this. So her fingertips will be up here somewhere. I don't know how well you can see in camera, but in person, it's pretty freaking bright orange. So I'm a little worried about it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just a little worried about how her skin tone is gonna turn out because this is a portrait. So it's like, oh God, if that's the color of her hand, what's the color of her face? So we'll see. Anyway, so that's the kit that I'm working on. Is a double-sided adhesive, as you can see, 60 by 80 square drill kit from AliExpress. This is my little cover minder. Oh my God, where is this from? Oh my God. I think this is from Drill Pen Frenzy, if I remember right. This is my little toothless cover minder. I love hymns. I love hymns. And then this is my pen that I'm using today. This is from Jim's Handmade Pen Shop. It was my very first ever hybrid pen. I actually have a pen coming. I'm in the Facebook group, the Jim's Handmade Pen Shop Facebook group, and I won one of the pen giveaways, which just like literally blew my entire mind. Oh my God, I was so excited. So eventually I'll have another Jim's Handmade Pen Shop pen whenever he gets the time to get around to it. I know he's like so swamped with orders, so I don't even blame him if this takes him like literal months. Like, I get it, it's fine. I didn't pay for it, so take all the time that you need, you know, it was a giveaway. But this is my hybrid that I did buy from him a while ago. I don't remember what the blank is called, but I got it in like a chunky 3 bump. Heck yeah. Love this pen. As always, my little trash drill cover minder from Erica's Little Creations. I'm using my putty in the multi-placer. It probably needs to be changed pretty soon because it's kind of starting to get dirty. And then I have been, throughout this whole kit, I haven't used this in forever. This is Patty Wax Super Sticky. From Patty Wax, obviously, and I love Super Sticky, but I just haven't used it in a really long time because I've been so obsessed with putty. And so for whatever reason, when I started this kit, I decided to pull it back out again. So that's what I've been using in my single placer, and I am enjoying it. I would love to know if there's a reason why Super Sticky is not scented. Like, I bet there's some sort of like it's not possible type of thing, but I would just be curious to know, like, why can't it be scented? Is there something, would it mess with the formula in some way? Like, I'm just curious because I definitely like Super Sticky better than just the normal Patty Wax. I still love normal Patty Wax, but I wish Super Sticky was scented. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's what I'm using. I still am waiting for my trays from Munimade. My dog has continued to chew on this tray, if you can see. But my Munimade trays have shipped. Okay, they have shipped, and they're supposed to be here on Wednesday. I'm so excited. If you don't know, I was able to get on the customs, like she does customs every month, and I was able to get on her customs list and order 4 trays in 4 different colors. I'm so excited because my dog ruined all of them, and so I've been using this. This is a tray that came in a Mary's Diamonds kit that I cut a slit into the top of because it didn't have one and that was not working. But as you can see, my dog has been continuously chewing on it, which is awesome. So fucking great. So we are still using my Mary's Diamonds tray, but as of like next week's WIP Chat, you should see my new Munimade trays. I'm so excited. Anyway, let's get started because I've already been talking for 8 minutes and I haven't even peeled back this yet. So I want to ask, there's a couple things I want to do before I forget because I know I will forget. I want to ask you guys, how are you doing today? I sometimes forget to ask that in WIP Chats, and then I feel bad when I go back to edit that I didn't ask you guys how you're doing, because that's part of why I do this, is to talk to you guys. So let me know how, either, send me a DM, that's fine. It might take me a while to respond, but send me a DM, or just like in the comments down below, just let me know how you're doing, how your weekend went. You're probably seeing this on Tuesday, but tell me how your weekend went and your Monday went. It is Monday for me, so, oh, hello. Oh, the furry assistant has arrived. Do you see his paw? Look, paw. Hi, bud. How are you, my furry assistant? I have to move the camera because I have to show you. He wanted cuddles. Say hi, bud. Hi. Good boy. That is Ollie. That is my 4-month-old furry assistant. Hello, bud, who has come to join the party. I know, I love you, sweet boy. He's a purring boy this morning. Anyway, let me know how you guys are doing. Let me get my camera back in a decent position. There we go. Let me know how you guys are doing today. I would love to hear how life is going in your world. So yeah, definitely leave a comment and let me know. I'd love to chat with you. And also, bud, you're gonna have to go somewhere else because I got stuff to do. You want to sit on my shoulders? There you go. Is that nice? Cool. Hi guys, Editing Randa here. Just wanted to really quickly come on and say that I am about to go into a pretty long conversation about the coffees that I've gotten this week and the stories that go along with that and how grateful I am for everything. So I highly encourage you to listen just because I think that it's worth hearing the wonderful stories that I have about these women that have donated to me this week, and there's a lot that goes into it, and I think it's still enjoyable, but I wanted to put in a timestamp right here if you wanted to skip me being grateful and just get into like the stories of life and what's been going on in this past week and stuff. But like I said, I do highly encourage you listen to it because these women deserve all of the love and attention in the world. So I'll put in a timestamp for the end of when I talk about the Buy Me a Coffee for this week, but just wanted to let you guys know. Now back to the normal video. So, this is the week of this is the second thing I want to do before I forget. This is the week of I feel so unbelievably grateful. Oh my God, because the amount of generosity that has come my way this week. Ollie, furry assistant, child, I love you, but you are in the way. Hi, my sweet boy. You are a good boy, but you're in my way. Oh my God, just the generosity that has come to me this week is so mind-blowing to me. I'm so, it's just amazing. I just feel so grateful and so just like my heart has been warmed. And let me tell you why. So, I mentioned probably in my WIP Chat and also in my floss tube, I believe, last week, my very first floss tube. If you haven't seen that, go check that out, my very first floss tube. I mentioned in, I think, both of those videos about how there was a kit from Hade. If you don't know what that is, that's Heaven and Earth Designs. They do giant full coverage licensed cross-stitch pieces. And they're beautiful and they're amazing. And they have Margaret Morales, who is an artist that also licensed diamond paintings. And I have one of her kits from DIY Moon Shop. Margaret Morales sleeps with butterflies. And she's probably one of my favorite artists of all time. And when I started getting into cross stitch, I looked on Hade's website and saw that they have a kit from her as a cross stitch. And it's called Celestine, I think. It's gorgeous. And so I mentioned it in both of those videos that I was like, that is stunning, and I need it in my life. But it's gonna be like $150 between the chart and the floss and the fabric to get like the whole bundle. It was like gonna be so expensive. I'm a broke college student. $150 is just not in my wheelhouse of anywhere close to affordable. And so I said in those videos that I was gonna try to save up and hopefully get it someday. And then I also quite jokingly mentioned that, like, if you wanted to donate to me getting my Hade kit that I want so bad, my Buy Me a Coffee link is down below. And I said it and then went, that's so stupid. There are so many better things that people could be like contributing towards. There's so many more important causes that people could be giving their money for. It's like, that seems like such a lame thing to be asking people. But I said it as like a joke, sort of, that I was like, oh, if you want to, you can't. Like, I was sort of leaving the option out there, but it's like I was absolutely not expecting anything. because I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is a stupid thing to ask for. Like, there are so many more important things that people's money could be going towards than my dream for a giant, overly expensive cross stitch, you know? And so, but I said it. I was like, and it's true, my Buy Me a Coffee link is down below. I said it. And the amount of generosity I've gotten from you guys about that kit is insane. I even wrote it all down, okay? Because I didn't want to forget anybody and I didn't want to leave anything out because oh my God. So I lied, we're not starting yet. I'm going to read this. So last week I mentioned that Katie from Diamonds and Wash, she bought me 5 coffees towards my Hade kit. Oh my God. And I gave her a big old thank you last week. So fun. And then right after, so that was my first contribution to the Hade kit. Then right after my WIP Chat went up last week, one of my followers, who I hadn't actually ever talked to before, I have gotten the pleasure of talking to her now, but I hadn't actually ever talked to her before. I believe she was a decently new follower. I'm not 100% sure. Her name is Connie. Oh my God, this woman. Oh my God, made my whole life, my whole year, just made my day. She bought me 10 coffees. If you aren't familiar with Buy Me a Coffee, it's like a virtual tip jar. You can sort of contribute in some sort of monetary value to your favorite creators if you want to help them out in that way. It's like a one-time thing. You can just sort of contribute some money. And a coffee is equal to $5. So based on however many coffees they buy you is however much money. So, Ollie, you are in my way. So Connie bought me 10 coffees. If you don't know, that is equivalent to $50. I died. And she said in her little, I wrote it all down. She said in her little note, she said, this is to help you get your Hade. Life is way too short for the dumb shit. True. You are someone special. I really enjoy listening to you. I cried. I'm not going to lie. Every single time I cry. I can't help myself. It's just so moving to me. Every single time. So I immediately told my boyfriend and just like gushed about how grateful I felt. And so I believe I sent her a message back and said, oh my God, thank you so much. This is incredible. I don't get a chance to reply to everybody that buys me a coffee, but I do try my best. And so I believe I did message her and went, oh my God, thank you so much. And then she started watching some of my other videos, like my floss tube and stuff, and she was commenting. I think she's a stitcher because she definitely had some prior knowledge in terms of stitching. And then she left a comment on one of my videos. I think it was on my floss tube that said, do you have a P.O. box? I would like to send you something. And I went, huh? You what? Oh my God. And so I replied to her comment and I said, I don't have a P.O. box, but if you want to DM me on Instagram, I'll give you my address. And so she did. She DM'd me. And I didn't write down the DM. I should have. But in the DM, she said that she was like, I would like to buy that Hade kit for you. Just straight out buy it for me and send it to me. Guys, if you think that I didn't bawl like a big old baby, okay? Oh my God. I just sat there that was like the first sentence is, I want to buy the Hade kit for you. And I just literally died right then and there, stopped in my tracks, didn't even read the rest of the message yet, and just cried. Oh my God. It just meant the world to me. She went on to say that she, like really loved my content and really wanted to help. And that her daughter, this is so sad, her daughter died 27 years ago. And that every year, either on or around her birthday, she tries to pay it forward to somebody else. And she said, I want to buy your Haid kit for you as a way to pay it forward this year. Which of course made it even more special because, tell me about, oh my God. I just was like, Connie, you have no idea how much this means to me. So I sent her this long message about how incredible that was of her to offer that and how she didn't have to, but that I was like so unbelievably grateful. And I also said, I am aware that literally it was either like earlier that day or the day before or something that I was like, I am fully aware that you just sent me $50. So I was like, I am more than happy to send that back to you and you can like use that towards getting me the kit because I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and just keep your $50 while you're just like offering to buy me this horrible, like this crazy expensive thing. I was like, no, I will happily send that back to you. You are doing this huge amazing thing for me. I'm not just gonna keep your extra $50. And she was like, no, keep it and buy something else that you really want with it. I was like, girl, you do realize what you just did, right? Oh my God, I'm sorry. This is going to be a lot of me just like, oh my God, for the next like 5 minutes, okay? I'm sorry. But, so I said, okay. And I was thinking, okay, I want to do something really special with this money. Because that's what I think about when I think of people who have bought me a coffee. It's like, I want to do something really special with this. And so I was watching Michelle Bendy-Stitchy, who is probably my favorite floss tuber as of the moment. I was watching one of her floss tubes because I've been trying to get ideas on how to go about kitting up that piece. Because I already printed out the chart and everything. And so I was looking at all of the colors. There's 90 colors in that kit. I got the mini, but there's 90 colors in that kit. So, like, I need to, like, figure out what in the world, how the heck, because I don't really like how I store my flossers right now. It's like, I need to figure out something. And so I was watching Michelle's floss tube, and she pulled out how she organizes her Haid kit. And she uses a floss buddy, which is from an Etsy store called Bags Plus. And they're actually, a lot of them are called like bendy flips and stuff, like they have to do with bendy stitchy. And so I went on there because it basically is like, has all these pockets for you to put your bobbins in or your thread in or whatever, and then a pocket on the outside to put like your pattern and stuff. And I was like, that's perfect. She had one that was like 120 pockets or something, like absolutely ridiculous. And so I went on to Bags Plus and was like, I only need 90 pockets. Do you happen to have a 90 pocket one? And they do. She does have 90 pocket ones, but they're like $80 something. And the patterns that she only had 2 like fabric options available at the time, and neither of those really spoke to me. And so I was like, if I'm not loving it, it's not worth $80 something, even though I love the idea of it. And so I went just sort of digging through her site and saw that she has a 45 pocket floss buddy, and went, you know what? Most of my kits are 45 colors or below, so that would work for any normal kit. And then for the Haid, I'll just double up because 45 plus 45 is 90. So I'll just put 2 of like similar DMCs in each pocket and still like put them in order. And that way it's still easy to find, and yet I can just use a 45 and turn it into a 90. And they had one that had like a really cute fabric. It was awesome. So I bought that because it was like $45 or something. So it worked perfectly within the $50 that Connie gave me. So I don't think I actually told Connie this. So if you're watching this, that's what I did with your extra $50 is I bought a project bag, basically, a floss buddy to help organize my floss. And I'm going to put every single project in that I ever do ever, including the Haid. So that is what I did with that. Thank you, Connie, from the bottom of my heart. She's a wonderful woman. Oh my God, I wanted to die. I was so excited. That's only the first, okay? I promise I'm not going to take that long on every single one of them. I just was like so blown away that I wanted to share the whole story. So she did order that kit for me. It's going to take at least 90 days. I think she said something about it could take up to 90 days or longer for them to ship it out. So it's going to be a while until I get that kit, but that's totally fine. I will do a full, like, separate unboxing video just for that kit because it deserves it. So I'll do that when it gets here. Then, like the next day, Laura from Anxiety Art Adventures, if you don't know her, if you don't follow her, because she has a YouTube channel, if you don't know her and don't follow her, dear God, go do that because she deserves it. She's amazing. Such a sweet friend. Laura from Anxiety Art Adventures bought me 5 coffees. And she said, get that Hey Girl XOXO and then put a heart. And I was like, thank you, girl, so much. I'm definitely, since I already have the Hade kit, I'm definitely going to put that towards something special, of course. I have it sort of like saved at the moment until I, just as like extra to get something really special. Then, I'm trying not to make this last the entire WIP Chat, so we're going to try to go through them a little bit quicker. Cheryl, who again, I had never talked to before until this happened, and now I talk to her like every day. Her name is Cheryl. She bought me 20 coffees. You don't know, that is $100. I died. I cried like a baby. Oh my God. And she said, go get that kit, baby girl. If you need more, let me know. We had already been chatting. She had put in an order with my shop and we just sort of started chatting after that. And that's when she started watching my videos and she bought me the coffees. And I messaged her after I got that, because she sent me a message and she said, hi, sweetie, I think your coffee pot is overflowing. And I was like, yeah, you get right, it is. And so I messaged her and I said, I am so unbelievably grateful, but look, somebody has already bought me that kit. I just want to let you know, I am more than happy to send that money back to you because that's a lot of money. Like, I just felt, I don't know, for whatever reason, I almost felt guilty that, like, I don't want to take that money from you when I already have the kit. Because I'm pretty sure Laura sent me the coffees before Connie had actually purchased the kit. And so I didn't message her, but Cheryl had reached out to me after I had bought the kit, or after Connie had bought the kit for me. And so I said, look, if you want that money back, I completely understand. Because I don't want to just be taking money from you guys. And so she messaged me back and said, absolutely not. Do not send that money back. She said, go to Victoria's Secret or buy something else you really want, or maybe take you and Perry out on it, because Perry's my boyfriend, in case you don't know. Take you and Perry out on a date or go to a hotel or something for a night. Like, treat yourself with that $100 and let me know if you need more. And I said, girly. No, I do not need more. That is more than generous. Oh my God, don't send me more money. And so what I did, I told her what I did is that I was like, okay, I'm kind of thinking of getting these few kits. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet. And I started talking to Perry and I was like, you know what? Because he is the breadwinner in our house. He makes the big bucks. And so usually when we go out to dinner, we have Friday night date night every Friday. Usually when we go out to dinner, he pays for it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to treat my man. I am treating you to dinner tonight because usually he pays. I said, no. I'm treating you to dinner tonight. Cheryl sent me some money. I'm treating you. And so I took Perry and I out to dinner that night, which was amazing. We went, where did we go? I think we went to a Mexican restaurant near us. It's one of our favorites. It's called Las Palmas. Yeah, we had a great night. We had a great date night. And then later that night, I was remembering, because I had a little bit of extra money left over, and I was remembering that I would watch Stitcherista's video, and she had that, I don't know if you watched, it was one of her, like, daily true crime videos. She had a candle that, like, crackled like a fire. And I was like, need. absolutely need that. I don't know why I need that, but I need that, and I want it going in the background of every single one of my videos, and I need it in my life. So I went on Amazon and bought one of those with some of the extra money because I need it in my life. It's supposed to show up today, so hopefully in tomorrow's floss tube, I'll have that crackling in the background. Thank you, Cheryl. Beyond every fiber of my being, thank you. I appreciate it so much. We're already half an hour into this. I need to move on. I'm sorry. Then, the very last coffee bought for me this week was from Baby Cakes. She bought me 5 coffees, and she said, "Hi, Randa, I'm new to your channel, and I am really enjoying it. Here's a little something to keep you fully caffeinated, so you can continue to bring us more wonderful content. Hope you have a wonderful day." And then she signed it, Baby Cakes. Thank you so much, so much for keeping me so fully caffeinated. Again, I'm saving that up to go towards something special. I think I have an idea in mind of what I want it to go towards. I'm not 100% sure yet, though. I'll talk about that more in my floss tube that I'll probably film tomorrow that you'll see later this week. So if you're curious about that, watch the floss tube. I'm going to stop talking about people sending me money now because we're 30 minutes into this and I haven't even started my freaking diamond painting yet. Like, I need to chill. But, let's reposition. I wanted to make sure that I gave that the proper thank you because I was just so overwhelmed. I was so overwhelmed in the best way possible of just thank you. So to everybody who bought me a coffee, to everybody who did anything for me this week, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to move on now so that you guys don't get bored. I want to show you real quick. I'm not going to talk in detail about it because I'm going to show you for my floss too, but I did want to show you real quick. I think this is going to be the right direction. God, I hope so. This is my current progress on my cross stitch. I've made a crap ton of progress. So if you're unfamiliar, this is Afternoon Nap. This is the cross stitch piece I'm currently working on. It's a full coverage and it is going to be 5x7 when it's done. Yeah, love. So I've gotten a lot of work done on my cross stitch this week. I've been really enjoying it. It's like I still think I consider diamond painting my #1 hobby, but I've been really enjoying cross stitch. So I've been spending a lot of time on it, and I'm really enjoying it. So I will talk more about that in my floss tube. Like I said, I'll either be filming that later today or tomorrow. I think I'm gonna turn that into like a weekly video, like my WIP Chats. Just because I really like talking about it. And you guys seem to really enjoy the floss tube actually as well. So despite the fact that this is a diamond painting channel, actually I want to bring up to you guys before I start talking about like life and what's been going on with me, that I wanted to bring up to you guys the idea of, because my channel is turning into more multi-craftual and also talks a lot about my shop, because that's my job, that's my business. And so I have been wondering, because the name of my shop, if you're unaware, my Etsy shop, the name is Randa's Crafty Corner. That's the name of my shop. And I've been wondering, because the name of my YouTube and my Instagram is Randa Diamond Paints. And because I talk a lot about cross stitch and stuff now, I'm wondering if I should change the name of my channel and my Instagram to match the name of my shop. So if I just make everything Randa's Crafty Corner. I don't know if that would be confusing to people, if that would be unproductive or whatever. And, I don't know. But I feel like posting floss tubes on a channel called Randa Diamond Paints is a little confusing. And I'm much more multi-craftual than just diamond painting, and so I don't know, and then it encompasses my shop as well, that everything matches. So I wanted your guys' opinion on that. Do you think that would be confusing, or do you think that would be helpful? Let me know in the comments down below, because if it would be helpful, if everybody thinks it's a good idea, then I'll change it, because then I think it would just make a little more sense. But anyway, that's that. So I think we can just start talking about like my day and stuff. So like I said, today's restock day, so I need to go to Hobby Lobby to get some stuff for the restock, and then get that going. I already have the wax for today that's going to release today up and ready to go. Like, I have, not up and ready to go, but I have it done and ready to go for when the putty is done. I will just drop it all together. And so that's exciting. I should have 2 new scents coming this week. I have 2 new scents in the wax for sure. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get that in the putty as well. But I'm not making any promises until it releases. I need more patty wax in my pen. So that's exciting. I don't know how much I'm gonna just like continue. I might start like switching out scents instead of just continuing to add them, because the more scents that I add, the more work it adds for myself. But I also want to give you guys a good variety, so I might try to like switch them out every week. We'll see. Haven't decided on that yet. But anyway, today is restock. Tomorrow is Drills and Chills restock. I already have everything done for the restock of Drills and Chills tomorrow. So that's just exciting. Just exciting. Like I said, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Very fun. 10 out of 10. So that's what's going on today. Filming this video, and then I'm going to be restocking. That's about it. And then I did end up getting like new containers for the wax. They're literally almost identical to the other ones that I used, but the ones that I used to use that everybody has at the moment, like anybody who has wax has these containers that I'm talking about. I used to have to get them from Hobby Lobby, and it was just sort of a pain. And I found some on Amazon, and that way they can A, be delivered to my door so I don't have to worry about it, and B, I can buy them more in bulk that way. And so I can do more. So it just made more sense from like a business standpoint. But they're literally like, I pulled them out of the package when the Amazon package arrived and compared them. They're like literally identical. I don't even think you'll be able to notice that there's a difference. If you like have the wax already and you get more, I don't think you'll be able to notice a difference. But just in case, yes, I did get new containers. I'm trying to get everything on like online just because it makes my life easier, but I just don't think that's possible. So I do still have to go to Hobby Lobby today and then do the restock, and then I'm probably just going to chill for the rest of the day. Like, you know, see how much, whatever time I have left today, I'm probably going to be either, I might film the floss tube today, might wait till tomorrow, probably wait till tomorrow. And then, yeah, just diamond paint and cross stitch and live my best life. Yeah. And then tomorrow we'll be packaging up orders and then Drills and Chills. Yes. So my last restock went in 2 hours. I sold out last week. So if you're looking to get your hands on some putty or some wax, get those ninja fingers out. I'm going to try to do the same thing and do like Drills and Chills and do like 4 p.m. Of course, the restock has already happened by the time you're seeing this probably, but just be prepared from here on out to get those ninja fingers ready because they're going pretty fast. So just so that you're aware. Yeah, so this weekend was really a good weekend. Like I said, Perry and I went on a little date on Friday night, which was awesome. Got to hang out. We love Friday night date night. It sort of just like naturally became a tradition with us, and now we do it every week. Friday night's date night. We always do, even if we decide to not like go out to eat or whatever, which is usually what our date nights look like, we'll still like make sure we, I don't know, like pick out a nice movie and like sit on, like really spend time together, like make sure that it is a true like date night and not just like any other night. We try to make it special and spend like really special time together. So that was I just fuck up? I so did. I totally put the wrong that. You know what? We'll just switch them. It's fine. It's fine. I just put the wrong collar on the wrong symbol. It's fine. Who cares? But yeah, we really love date night. I think it's a really good way to get some quality time in. So we did that. And then, oh, for anybody who has been wondering updates on Ollie, because I mentioned in my WIP Chat a few weeks ago about how we found like 2 months worth of poop behind the couch from our little kitten, her little chitlin, my little furry assistant. Yeah, that was not fun. And so ever since then, we had been brainstorming ideas, and you guys had given me some ideas in terms of what to do to make it so that he'll want to go in the litter box. And he is now. Oh my God. So we got him some new litter. We got him like some crystal litter instead of the pellet litter that he didn't like. And I think that's all this simple. Yeah. And then we moved his litter box like tucked in a corner by like his cat tree. We have like a little corner tucked away for him so that he can hide from Ash, our puppy, who just wants to play with him all day, every day. And so we made a little space back in that corner and put the litter box like right next to the back of the couch, like next to his favorite spot. And we got like a hooded one, so it has like a cover on top of it and a door. And he really likes it. He like the within 20 minutes after setting the litter box up, he pooped in there. I was like, oh, yes! And he has not pooped outside the litter box since. He's been a good boy. Oh my God, we were so proud of him. We were so proud of our little man. So for anybody who is curious, he's now pooping in his litter box because he's a big boy. He's such a good boy. Yeah, we're very proud of him. We're very proud cat parents. And there are more kittens. So if you don't know actually the story of how we got Ollie, my boyfriend works, he's a mechanic. Well, he's a shop foreman, so he's like the manager, but he's a mechanic at a shop that deals with like chassis of trucks and trailers. So like the 18-wheelers, but he deals with like the body of them. And not like the engine really. He does like brakes and all that kind of stuff. So, at his work, they obviously have a big like yard. There's a big, lots of like area, outdoor area where they keep all of the chassis and all of the truck containers and all sorts of stuff. And for a while, cats have just been living there. They just have shop cats that just live there and hang out. And they've been feeding these cats and stuff to make sure they're well taken care of, and they like will build shelters for them. It's really quite cute. And these cats had kittens. And so we were all petitioning for a long time, like trying to get these kittens a better home, because we have had a few of the cats that lived there like die because they had gotten run over by trucks. Like they have found them like squished on the road and stuff, and it's cold outside, and we didn't want the kittens to live like that. Not all of them were able to be brought home, unfortunately. And like mom was in and out of the picture, like she wasn't completely in the picture. And so we just thought it would be better to bring as many home as, like, you know, find as many a good home as we could. And whether you agree with that or not is your own prerogative, because I know there's a lot of controversy about don't ever take kittens away from mom, but mom wasn't really there anyway. So we went and took one of the kittens home, and that was Ollie. And then they keep having more kittens, like more cats keep coming, and these other cats keep having kittens. And so there's just like a plethora of kittens. God, they're so cute. Perry and I have to do everything within every fiber of our being to not just like bring another one home, because we live in a 1-bedroom apartment. We live in like a whole 700 square feet, and we already have 2 animals. So, like, we just don't really, not only do we need to be adding vet bills and stuff for a third, but we also just don't really have the room for a third. We live in a 1-bedroom apartment. Like, we barely have enough room for the 2 that we have. So it's like we have both agreed that we're not getting any more pets until we buy a house, but which will probably be in the next few years. But yeah, it's tempting because they're so freaking cute. It's freaking tempting. But I think one of Perry's friends is talking about bringing one home and stuff, so that'll be cool. They're so cute. He'll like send me videos of them every day. So freaking cute. But anyway, there's more kittens showing up at his work every day. Freaking crazy. Yeah, and Ollie pooped in his litter box. I'm proud of him. He's my angel boy. So that was Friday. We went on our little date night and then just came home and we watched something. I don't remember what, of course. I got a lot of cross-stitching done. So I just sort of sat and cross-stitched and we hung out with the animals and we had a drink and just, yeah, had a really good night. That was really awesome. And then I ordered that candle that night. I'm so excited for that candle. It's so stupid. It's literally a candle, but I am so excited. I want to hear the snap, crackle, pop. So that was Friday. We went on our date night. And then Saturday, I was sort of looking at the weather. We really like to take Ash to the dog beach. She's an Australian Shepherd. She has a lot of energy. And she is 113% a water dog. She loves the water. And so nearby, it's in Longmont, which is a little bit north of where we live, Longmont, Colorado. There's a lake that has like a separate off-leash dog beach. So it's basically like a big dog park that's on the beach. And Ash freaking loves it. And you can like swim with them and there's other dogs playing. And like it's a 10 out of 10 good time. And so we really like taking her there, especially while it's warm as all freaking get out here, because she just enjoys it so much. And then because she's such a crackhead, because she's an Australian Shepherd, she gets out a lot of her energy for the week, and then everybody's happy. And so we were like looking at the weather, and we were like, so it looks like Saturday is going to be the best day to bring her, so let's go to the dog beach on Saturday. So that's what we did. We went to the dog beach on Saturday, and we usually wait actually until like the evening. Not evening, but like we wait until like 3 o'clock to go, because that lake, it's nice, but it's also a pain where like the lake hits a capacity, and once the lake hits capacity, they don't let people in until somebody else drives out. And so you could be waiting in line for 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours sometimes just to get in, which can be really annoying. So if you go early in the day on a beautiful Saturday, you're going to get stuck in this giant line. But we go at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon when everybody's going home, and we got in immediately. Like there wasn't a line, there wasn't anything. We just drove right in, which was great. So we spent the day, I was sitting in here, of course, cross-stitching and diamond painting and whatever. I was going back and forth from, I would do one section of my diamond painting, one section of my cross-stitch, one section of my diamond painting, one section of my cross-stitch. That way I was like mixing it up and also getting progress done on both. I was like, that seems like a 10 out of 10 plan. So that's what I did. I think hence why I've gotten so much progress done on both of these kits is because I've been doing that. And then I was watching a lot of FlossTube, and I was also watching like a true crime podcast, but like YouTube true crime podcast. It's called Crime Weekly. I don't know if you guys have ever watched it. I'm really enjoying it, actually. The first one I saw was the Kendrick Johnson case. That was literally like 4 parts, and each of them were like an hour and a half each. It took me the whole weekend to watch the whole thing. But like I had heard of that case before because I'm pretty sure Stitcherista covered that very briefly on her channel, and they just did the insane in-depth version. And I don't blame them for doing that version because honestly, there's a lot to that case. But I spent like the whole weekend watching that because it was like 6 hours of them explaining this whole case. It was crazy. So that's what I did during the day, and Perry was in the garage working on his jet ski, as his favorite place to be is in the garage. So he's such a little mechanic. So he was out in the garage this weekend, all day, not all day Saturday, but a big portion of the day Saturday, just working on his jet ski and stuff. He had a lot of fun. He got it to run again, which was awesome. It's so freaking loud. He came up and he was like, "Did you hear it? I got it running. Did you hear it?" I was like, "Yes, all of the windows are closed and I still heard it from in here with my video playing. Our neighbors probably freaking love us." But anyway, so he did that. I did my cross stitch, and then at like 3 o'clock, I can't talk anymore. At like 3 o'clock, we went to the dog beach. And it was really awesome because it was still very nice outside, but it wasn't sweltering hot because it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we stayed until like 4:30 or 5. And Ash got to swim, and we got to swim with her, and it wasn't too busy because it was later in the day, but it was still warm and still nice and whatever. So that was awesome. There were some dogs there. It's like usually the people who bring their dogs to the dog beach, like their dogs just want to play and have fun, and it's not a problem. Occasionally you get some not so great people. Let me tell you the story. I forgot to tell this story when it did happen in my WIP Chat, so I'll tell it now. A few weeks ago, it was probably more like at least a month ago, we took Ash to the dog beach, and it was quite crowded. There were a lot of dogs. I think we went a little earlier in the day. There were a lot of dogs there. And everything was going fine and dandy for 90% of it. Like, they were just playing. Everybody was having a good time. There were lots of dogs, lots of people. Everybody was chatting with each other. Super 10 out of 10. And Perry, because they have paddle boards at this lake. And so Perry was like, "I'm going to go get us a paddle board so that we can just play around on the paddle board." I said, "Okay, great." So he leaves to go to the paddleboard shack to get the paddleboard, and I'm hanging out with Ash. So I'm sitting on my chair on the beach, and Ash is running around. Now, there's things that the upside to the dog beach is that everybody there has brought their dogs, and so they expect dogs to be dogs. So when they shake water off on you and other annoying things that dogs do, it's like everybody there kind of just shakes it off, because that's sort of what comes with the territory when you come to a beach full of off-leash dogs. And so one woman who had been perfectly nice the whole time, I don't know, she was trying to give her dog like a blueberry, I think it was a blueberry. And when you pull out snacks at the dog beach, I bet you can imagine that all the dogs want your snacks. It happens to me because we always bring snacks, and I'll pull out like pretzels or something, and all of the dogs are like, "Can I have a pretzel?" It's what comes with the territory, and usually everybody there is very accepting of the fact that that's just what comes with the territory. And so this woman pulls out blueberries to try to give to her dog, and Ash runs over there because she loves blueberries. She runs over there because she smells blueberries. And she starts to go to sniff the blueberry. Not like she's going to viciously take blueberry from woman's hands. No, nothing like that. She went to sniff the blueberry. And this woman, like, watching this all happen, Ash goes in to sniff the blueberry. Just as I'm about to open my mouth to yell at her, "Don't touch the woman's blueberry. It's not for you. Get your ass over here." This woman looks at Ash with just a really, like, disgusted look. I don't know. I don't really like to analyze stuff like that too much, but I just remember her face was very, like, aggravated, and she looked like disgusted. She was like, "Ugh, what the hell are you doing?" You know, that kind of look. But again, I don't like to read into that too much because you never know what the reality is behind people's facial expressions. But it was not a nice facial expression, I'll tell you that. And then she kicked Ash. in the face. And it wasn't a crazy malicious kick, but it did make Ash sort of take a few steps back of like, whoa, you just kicked me in the face. And then went back to giving her dog the blueberry as if nothing had ever happened. And I am watching this happen, and my little fucking shy ass didn't say a word because I was just, part of me was like, I don't know what to say. And obviously in hindsight, what I should have said was, hey, please don't kick my dog like that. Because it's not like I have no problem with if my dog is trying to come take something that is not hers. You can push her away. You can tell her no. I'm not the kind of dog parent that is like, my dog can do no wrong. Like, no, my dog does a lot of wrong, okay? And if she's doing something wrong, it's totally okay for you to push her out of the way so she doesn't steal a blueberry from you. Not a problem. You don't kick my dog in the face. My dog is not just my dog is my child, my dog is my daughter. Same way my cat is my son. Like, they are my children. You don't just kick my child in the face, like with your whole foot. You just don't do that. But, so in hindsight, I'm sitting there going, I would have said, hey, please don't kick my dog like that. I would have yelled out to her and said, hey, please don't kick my dog like that. But I was so, and I bet other people can relate to this, I was so in shock that I was just like, I didn't even know what to say. And I couldn't say anything because I was just flabbergasted by what had just happened. I was like, what the hell just went down? Oh my God. I just was blown away. Yeah, I didn't know what to say. And so I just didn't say anything. And I called Ash over to me and I sort of like pet her and look at her face and whatever to make sure she was okay. And she was fine. Cause like I said, it wasn't a horrible kick. It wasn't like, she didn't wince. She didn't cry. She didn't anything. She just stepped back a little bit. You could tell she was kind of like, whoa, okay. Like, it was enough to where it made my dog step back a few times. And I immediately like went out into the water with her because I was just like, I felt like I needed to get my dog away from this woman. Like, I had no idea what just happened. I'm like standing in the water, like mad at myself that I didn't say anything to her. And I'm like, I just want Perry to come back. Where's Perry? I want him to come back. And so eventually he does. He comes back with the paddleboard. And so we go out into the water with the paddleboard, and I pull him over to me, and I said, that you see that woman over there? She was wearing like a blue, I don't know, shirt or something. I was like, you see that woman over there in the blue shirt that was sitting next to us? And he was like, yeah. I was like, she kicked Ash in the face. And he went, what? And I said, yeah, she kicked Ash in the face. And so I'm like trying to explain to him how it wasn't like a super malicious kick, but it wasn't good by any means. Like, it was still a kick nonetheless. And Perry was furious because he's the same way that I feel about them, that like, they're not just our pets, they're our children. And so he was like, that's not cool. He was like, God, I wish I was here. I would have said something to her. I was like, I know, I wish I would have said something to her too. I just was in such shock that I didn't know what to say until it was too late. That it's like, you can't bring it up 10 minutes later. I don't know. Maybe you can, but I just didn't. I was like, I don't feel like I can just casually bring it up 10 minutes later. So I was like, I wish you were here too, because I was just too in shock to say anything, and now I wish I had. And so we just did a really good job the rest of the time of just keeping her away from this woman who kicked her. And we were out on the paddleboard. I'd never been on a paddleboard before. And so I was like, oh, I want to try standing up on it and seeing what I can do. And my balance isn't very great. I've never been on a paddleboard before. So of course I fall off. And we come back in from the water come back in from the water after having fallen off of the paddleboard. And the woman that kicked Ash in the face goes, I saw you fall off. That was really funny. I went, and turned the other direction. I was like, woman, first you kicking my dog in the face. Then you have the audacity to tell me some shit about how I fell off. It's like, I think she intended it. I think the intent behind her comment was like, I don't know, just trying to chat, just trying to be funny or whatever. It's like, she was very obviously aware that she didn't think she did anything wrong, which is what I mean by it wasn't a super malicious kick. That it wasn't like, I don't think she kicked her with the intention of hurting her, and she didn't really hurt her, but still, it's not cool. Nonetheless, it's not cool. You don't lay your hands on other people's children. You don't lay your feet on other people's dogs. You just don't. There were so many nicer ways you could have handled that other than kicking her. So, like, no, you're not going to come in and go, oh, I saw you fall off the paddleboard. That was funny. It's like, yeah. Get out of here. Shut the hell up. Like, just shut up. And my boyfriend, oh my God, being hilariously petty. Just like, I was like, after we left, I was like, you can't say that. But at the same time, I was laughing because it's like, of course he says something like that. We were about to leave, and I'm getting the leash on Ash, and we're talking to each other like, yeah, it's probably time to go. And my boyfriend stares this woman straight in the eyeballs, okay? Straight through her soul. And under his breath says, yeah, we better go before somebody kicks her in the face, kicks Ash in the face again. I went, Perry, you can't say shit like that. And Perry was like, I think she heard me, but I'm not 100% sure. It's like she was staring right at me, so I think she heard me. I was like, babe, you can't say shit like that. But at the same time, I was like, you kicked my dog in the face, okay? Like, that's the least you deserve, but babe, you can't just say it. Like, I so grew up in a family of, like, always take the high road, try to be as least confrontational as possible. Like, I was raised in a family where even if somebody hits you, you don't hit them back. That's the sort of mentality. And so I was sitting there going, oh my God, you can't say that to her. That's so mean. Even though she was the one that kicked my dog. I don't know. That's just the way I was raised. I don't agree with it, but it's the way I was raised. And so it's sort of like instilled into my head at this point. And so I was like, oh my God, Barry, you can't say that. And he's like, fuck yeah, I can. Oh my God. So I thought it was hilarious, but I'm just so, like, non-confrontational like that I was like, Barry! But yeah, so that was the story of that day, where usually we have really wonderful experiences, but occasionally you get things like that. And her dog was super sweet. There was not a problem. This time, there was one couple that had their two dogs. So this, I'm jumping around in the timeline. I'm going back to Saturday, where we were at the dog beach. It wasn't very busy. There was one other couple next to us with their dogs. They had like I wasn't 100% sure. They looked like pit bull mixes, or maybe lab mixes or something. I saw some pit bull in there somewhere. And I am not the type of person that goes, oh, they're pit bulls, so they're violent. Like, I completely disagree with that. So, this, just so that you know, anything that I'm about to say about these dogs has nothing to do with the fact that they're pit bulls at all, or at least that I thought they were pit bulls, because that's what they looked like to me. I used to work at a doggy daycare. We got pit bulls in there all the time. Most of the time, they were the sweetest dogs that we ever got. And it was like, some of the more mainstream dogs that were always the vicious ones. But anyway, I have nothing against pit bulls. This has nothing to do with the fact that they're pit bulls. I love pit bulls. I would love to have a pit bull someday. Anyway, so these were two, like, black pit bull mixes, I think. And they were just, like, hanging out, having a good time. And at one point, there was one other dog that had, like, come over. I don't think they were parked out next to us, but a dog had, like, run over into the area where we were, and had like tried to play with these pit bulls, and one of them, or both of them really, ended up ganging up on this dog, and like really maliciously, you could hear the snarls and the barks and the growls and like the bites, and they were fighting. And the owner of this dog that had come over here was just like, you could tell she didn't want to put, like reach in there and put her hands in there, because that's not safe when dogs are attacking each other. But she was desperately she wanted to save her dog. She was scared for her dog. And so she's yelling and screaming at the top of her lungs, like, stop, no, hey, stop. Like, you could hear the fear in her voice. She was scared. Like, it was that kind of a fight. It wasn't just like, oh, they were roughhousing a little bit. Like, it was a vicious fight. And so immediately, they're a little bit away from the pit bull's owners. And so immediately, once this fight breaks out, the pit bull owners get up and run over to their dogs to pull them off of this poor dog. And they are like profusely apologizing to this woman. Like, they are completely aware of the fact that this is their dog's fault, that they started that fight. And they pull their dogs off and put their leashes on and pull them back to where they were sitting, which I thought was a really good way to handle it. Like, they didn't blame it on anybody else. They just pulled their dogs out of the situation and profusely apologized. Even, like I said, it was a couple, so the guy even looked at the other dog and like checked him out just to make sure he was okay. And he was fine. Nobody got hurt, but it was still very scary. When I had my, because before I lived with Perry and we had our dogs, I had a dog. She was a French Mastiff, so she was a big girl, and her name was Ika. God, I love that dog. I've talked about her before. I do not have her anymore. She is with my ex-boyfriend, but that dog was also my child. And I remember one time there was like a stray dog in the apartment complex that was completely sweet to me. But when I took Ika out to go to the bathroom, this stray dog attacked Ika and like jumped on her. And I probably did the dangerous thing, but I didn't care, because I would rather, it's like, that's what I mean by these dogs are my children, is I would rather me get bit by the dog than my dog get bit by the dog. So I jumped at this stray dog and grabbed, he didn't have a collar, he was a stray. So I sort of like grabbed him from around the neck and tried to pull. I was like laying on the ground because he had like tackled us. And I was pulling this dog off of Ika and screaming and yelling for help, and nobody came to help. And Ika was such a submissive, sweet little girl that she was just like laying there in panic. She didn't know what to do. And so when I finally, and this dog was like an 80-pound dog. This was not a small dog. This was a big dog that I had to wrestle off of her. And so by the time I had got him off of her, I yelled at her. I said, Ika, go, go, go. And she eventually got up and started running towards the door of our apartment. I took the dog and pushed him a few feet backwards to try to get him out of the way, and ran towards the door to let her inside. Of course, by the time I had gotten to the door, that other dog had caught back up with us, and he was trying to shove his head. She had gotten into the apartment as soon as I opened the door, and I was in the apartment, but he was trying to like shove his head through to get to her. And so I'm like pushing him back with my foot. I'm not kicking him, but I'm pushing him back with my foot to get him out of the way of the door so I can close it. And once I did finally get him back and close the door, I dropped to the floor and just started bawling. Because it was terrifying, and I grabbed my dog and I pulled her to me, and she did have a few scratches on her and stuff, but otherwise she was fine. But it's like, so it makes me feel for this poor woman who was like yelling and screaming because her dog was being attacked and there was nothing she could do. Because I am the dangerous one and just jumped on top of the dog. She was the smart one and didn't intervene when there's a dog fight going on. That's the smart thing to do. I was not the smart one. I was doing anything and everything in my power and didn't care what the repercussions were. But that is not how I recommend, because I was lucky that I didn't get hurt. Like, you could get seriously hurt doing that. Don't do that. But I felt so bad for these people. And they left immediately, and the other people kept their dogs on a leash for a while, and then they let them back off to play. And so because we had just saw this fight break out, and we were the only other dogs in the area at the time, and so, well, we had the dog, we were the only other people in the area, you know what I mean? And so Ash was wanting to go over and play with these dogs because she just wants to play, you know? And we tried to really carefully monitor it and really carefully, like, make sure that they weren't going to attack her as well. And they did fine for a while. Like, they had some really decent interactions. But Ash can be kind of an instigator sometimes. And so Ash got excited, ran over to one of the dogs. One of the black dogs, there were two of them, like I said. She runs over to one of them, and she sort of starts barking in this dog's face. And I immediately went, Ash, get the fuck out of here. I was like, you cannot instigate this freaking dog. But of course she did. And this dog it wasn't this dog actually, so her sister, they were two girl dogs. So the sister actually apparently didn't like the fact that Ash was barking in her sister's face and came over and started to attack Ash. And they both joined in. And Ash was barking back and trying to, like, not trying to fight back, but wasn't being submissive by any means. And so this couple, again, races over, grabs their dogs, pulls them off of Ash, and goes, oh my God, I am so sorry. And I was like, it's okay, it's fine. Like, everybody's fine. Nobody got hurt. They, like, barely got a chance to even touch each other before they were split apart. Like, it was really not a big deal. But they kept one of the dogs that's apparently the less aggressive one, they sort of let run around with the toy. The other one, the one that originally attacked Ash, they kept on a leash the rest of the time. They were like, nope, this is it. So I think they handled it well. I don't, there's only so much you can do when it comes to stuff like that, but they were extremely apologetic, and you could hear them telling their dogs, like, you're being a fucking bully, and so you're gonna sit on your leash this whole time and watch the other dogs play. Like, sucks to be you. If you weren't such a bully, then this wouldn't be happening. But yeah, Ash was fine. She wasn't hurt at all. They, like I said, they, like, barely even touched each other. And we got to play for the rest of the time. But it was just like, you had to sort of keep your eye out because, you don't want anything to happen to your dog. And so it was a little bit more stressful that you had to keep an eye on her to make sure she wasn't going to get hurt. But it was fine. It wasn't like a big deal. It was just like, yeah, occasionally you run into those dogs at the dog beach, and I am grateful that Ash has always been a very sweet girl, and we've never had problems with her like that, because I don't know what I would do if my dogs were always, like, attacking people. It would just make me so sad. I mean, of course I know what I would do. I would train her, but, like, and work on her with it. But that's probably what they were trying to do at the dog beach. The dad the dad of the dogs, but the boyfriend or whatever was like, can't we just have a good time? Like, you guys have to beat on other dogs and stuff. Like, he was really frustrated with them. So, I feel bad for them as well, that it's like, you sort of get into the place of a dog owner of like, fuck, what do I do? Like, how do I solve this? Like, there's not always a clear-cut answer. And so it can be kind of hard. I felt really bad for them. We're lucky that Ash has never been one to fight dogs ever. She just wants to play. So, and she loves people. So, like, none of that has ever been a problem with us. And we've been very lucky, but I felt really bad for them. Hello, furry assistant. He has returned. Here comes the boy. Hello, boy. Hi, sweetie. I've been singing that song nonstop. I don't know if you guys have heard it on TikTok. It's like my favorite song ever. Yeah, so that was Saturday. We went to the dog beach, and then we left at, like I said, like 4:30 or 5. And then, hello, my son. Welcome back. Welcome to the party. My son is here. And then afterwards we stopped and just like went through the drive-thru at McDonald's and got a quick dinner and gave Ash some French fries, and she was so tired, and came home and hung out with Ollie for the rest of the night. And we started watching this show that we had watched a long time ago, that just, they've had like a new season out, I think. Like there were new episodes. And so we started watching it again because Perry and I have had the hardest freaking time finding shows that we both want to watch. I don't know why, but it's been extremely difficult for us. And so when we saw that, because we both enjoy that show, I don't know, it's probably not something that you guys have ever seen unless you have mechanic significant others as well that like cars. I think it's called Rust to Riches. Car something. It's a car show, basically. It's about a shop called Gotham Garage, where they take like these really old beater cars and they turn them into these like literal like masterpieces of cars. I'm not a big car person, but I think it's fascinating. Like I think it's a cool show to see them turn this really old, ridiculous car that's not worth shit into like this beautiful masterpiece. Like, not just a nice new car, like, it's a masterpiece. So I think that that's cool, but that's just me. So we started watching that this weekend, which was great. Got some more cross-stitching in. And then on Sunday, what did we do yesterday? Not a lot, really. So we had breakfast, and then just more of the same, that like Perry worked in the garage like he does, and I was cross-stitching and diamond painting and listening to my true crime podcast, which was awesome, watching some more Floss Tube, which was awesome, and then we needed to go to the grocery store. God, we needed to get so much at the grocery store. We did some freaking damage. I hate it when we do that. But we just needed a lot of things. Like Ollie needed litter. I needed a backpack because school's gonna start in a few weeks, and Ash chewed up my backpack. Like just random crap like that. We needed soap and toothpaste and all sorts of random things. So we did a lot of damage at the grocery store, but we got a lot of good food. I love the day after we go grocery shopping and the house is just like stocked with food. It just makes me feel happy. So we did that, and I got a lot of progress done. Yeah. And I've been looking into some other cross-stitch kits that I'm wanting to get, but I'll talk more about that when it comes to Floss Tube tomorrow. Hi, Ollie. Are you a good boy? Are you pooping in your litter box? Yeah. There's my sweet purring boy. Mwah. He is my sweet baby angel of a boy. I love this fucking cat. It's so funny because I'm actually allergic to cats. And so I've never been a cat person. I've always been a dog person until we brought Ollie home. And now I'm a cat person. Now I want everything to have cats on it. Like, oops, sorry, Ollie. Sorry, bud. Like, look at this boy. Take a moment to look up from whatever it is you're working on. And look at this sweet boy. Just chilling. Purring. What a sweetums. Like, how can you not love him? You know? That's where I was on that. Hi, bud. I love you, sweet boy. So I am so a cat person now. He is my sweet baby angel. Like, I can't live without that cat. Like, oh my God. So yeah, let me think. So I had that meeting with, I talked about how I really didn't want to do that meeting, that I had with my, like, director of the school board for school. Because if you don't know, I am a college student. I am majoring in video production, and I'm due to graduate in about a year. So next May, I will be graduating. But I go to a community college, and so they don't always offer everything every semester. And so I needed to talk to my my director of the program about like some alternative electives that I could take, because I need a lot of elective credits and like random stuff like that. And so I did actually have that meeting with him, and we figured it all out. So I've got all my classes set for this semester, and we've even got a plan set up for next semester. And if everything goes to plan, I will be graduating in a year. I have 2 semesters left of school, and then I'm done. How mother trucking exciting is that, right? School has been a long time coming for me. I did start right after high school, but I started at a 4-year school. It's a school here called Metropolitan State University of Denver. It's in downtown Denver, and it was originally a community college, and now it has turned into a 4-year school. But it's more like a commuter school, so it's a little bit cheaper than other 4-year colleges. So I started there, and I started as a criminology student. So I did like a year and a half, I think, at Metro. And then I was misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder, and then properly diagnosed with depression and anxiety and all that fun stuff, and had like the literal like 2 years from hell. And so I ended up having to drop out of school for like a semester or 2, and deal with my mental health. And during that time where I was not in school, where I was taking a break from school, I decided to change my major. So I went from criminology to video production, because that's quite the leap, huh? But I did. I started my very first YouTube channel while I wasn't in school, and that's also when I started my TikTok, and I just realized how much I loved videos and wanted to be part of it. And so that's what I did. I changed to video production, and I've been doing it ever since, and I love it, obviously, because I'm still here making videos. So yeah, I love it. And so my degree is for video production is only an associate's degree. It's only supposed to take 2 years. But when not only did I waste a year and a half on all these credits that I didn't need for criminology. I mean, granted, most of them were like prereqs and general ed and stuff that I did end up needing, but a lot of them were also criminology classes that like have nothing to do with anything, and so were just wasted pretty much. But I also, when I started back to school, like my very first semester, I only did 1 class, and then the next semester I did 2 classes, and then the next semester I did 3 classes. Like I've never really been a full-time student since then, and I am now technically 4 classes as a full-time student, so I am technically a full-time student now, but it took me a while to build up to that, and so it took me longer than average. So I have taken, I say kind of jokingly, I've taken 4 years to get a 2-year degree, because I will have been in college for 4 years, but I will only have an associate's to show for it, which is fine, not a problem. I am not doing any more school after this unless absolutely necessary. And as far as I'm concerned, it is not necessary. So I'm not doing it. Not doing it. School is not, I have ADHD, so I have a learning disability, which makes school very hard. So it's like I don't want to be in school any longer than I have to. So this is it for me. I have 1 more year and I'm done. How freaking exciting is that, right? Oh, I'm so excited. And I am, because of the massive mental health struggles that I went through while in college, and trying to fight through to get my degree, despite my mental health. Yeah, it's gonna be a celebration and a half when I graduate. I'm gonna bawl like a freaking baby. My mom has already told me she's gonna bawl like a freaking baby. My boyfriend has already told me how unbelievably proud of me he is, and that it's going to be like such a huge, wonderful day. It is. It's not just going to be, oh, look, you graduated from college. It's going to be, you made it through unbelievable diagnosis, misdiagnosis, and then proper diagnosis, and being a guinea pig with pills, and figuring stuff out, and getting your life back together, and quitting jobs and starting new ones, and getting fired from jobs and starting new ones, and having to stop work altogether. And just like literally like the 2 worst years of my whole entire life were while I was in college, being diagnosed and going through all these medications and therapy and trying to figure out what to do. Like awful, 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 awful. And so to be able to prevail with a college degree after that is just going to be incredible. It's just going to be so, I'm so excited. I'm going to be so proud of myself. I already am proud of myself, but that's going to be a whole other level of proud of myself, of just like, I can't believe that I did this. I can't believe that I made it, you know? Because honestly, there were a lot of times that I questioned if I was ever going to graduate. And so to have like a very clear and concise path, and to have it be so close within my reach, and to be able to say that I am a senior in college, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty freaking cool. I'm close to being a grown-up, guys. I'm close. I can get a big girl job. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's going to be a really big day. So I'm happy to have all of that planned out. I'm happy with all the classes that I'm taking this semester. I've got a few video classes, and some Photoshop classes, and yeah, and I think it'll be good. And 2 of them are in person, and then 2 of them are online, which should be good because I do live quite a ways from campus. It's like a solid 45-minute drive to campus, and so I don't really want to have to drive down there 4 times a week. But yeah, 2 of them are online, and then my 2 classes that are in person are all in one day, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right. So I should only have to drive down to campus 1 day a week, which is Thursdays, which will be awesome. And then I should be able to keep up, now that I have my schedule all figured out, I should be able to keep up with restocks and stuff for the shop, because that's my income, while I am going to school. That was something I was really worried about, and that I was talking about a lot in therapy. It's like, you know, I dedicate so much time to the shop right now. How is that going to change when I'm taking more classes than I have taken in 3 years? Like, what am I going to do? But now I have a schedule, and I think I figured it out, and my medication is doing really well for me, where I've got a lot of my energy back. Like, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be 10 out of 10 good. Yeah. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be good. Really, I'm not excited for school. I'm excited for it to be done. You know what I mean? Like, when you get to this point, it's like, we're right back to having senioritis again. Like, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to get a job and do what I love, you know, make videos. Yeah. So, I'm very excited for that. Very excited. Got that all squared away. Felt really good, because that was something I was really worried about. So that felt really good to get, like, I've noticed, because I have ADHD, and anybody else who has ADHD, I know a few of you do, I bet, if anybody else can relate, that because my brain is so chaotic, because when you have ADHD, your brain goes blah, 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 like a million miles a minute all the time, no matter what. And so because my brain is so chaotic, and my thoughts are so chaotic, and the way that I talk is very chaotic, and I can't help it, I crave stability in my life in any way that I can. So like, if I can create a schedule, if I can, you know, write things out in a very nice and neat and orderly list, if I can, you know, do anything, you know, create a routine for myself. That's why I'm such a creature of habit, because I like having that stability and doing the same thing and knowing exactly this, that, and the other. If I can find a way to make that happen in my life, I do. And so having like a set schedule where like, okay, on Mondays I do this, on Tuesdays I do this, on Wednesdays I do this, and I do it at this time, and this is how it's going to work, and this is whatever, which is why, like, when I was budgeting, when I was, you know, teaching myself how to budget, writing out a budget was so helpful for me, because then I had a very clear and concise plan, because otherwise my brain goes blah, 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 and it just doesn't work. Speaking of my budget, I am doing such a good freaking job of sticking to that. Another thing I am so proud of myself for is that we're almost at a whole entire month of me sticking to my budget. How freaking exciting is that, right? Going from somebody who had a shopping addiction and got herself into credit card debt to sticking to a budget and not buying things even when you want to. Like, I'm freaking proud of myself. All of my bills are paid. I'm proud of myself. Like, that's cool. That's crazy cool for me. And again, it's something I'm working on in therapy, which is probably helping, but I'm proud of myself. I think that's really awesome. And I'm eating a little bit healthier, which is good. I'm just trying to get my life together. You know what I mean? That like the past few years have just been so crazy with my mental health that it's like now this next year until I graduate to me is really like the time to get my life together before I go out into the real world and have a big girl 40-hour-a-week job. Yeah, I'm preparing myself for it, but I think I'm doing really good, and I'm really, really proud of myself, and just, yeah, I'm just excited. I'm just in a good mood, which is so awesome because last week's WIP Chat, I was in such a bad mood. So it feels good to have had like a really good weekend under my belt and like feel really good about everything. And all of the things that were stressing me out, I managed to get, from last week's WIP Chat, I managed to get figured out in the last week. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good about it. I think school starts in like a week or two. I think it starts on the 23rd, which is like it might be next week. Oh God, I'm not ready. Anyway, school starts really soon, so I'm just getting ready for that. I'm not ready, but it's fine. It's totally fine. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm just a little nervous because so like I said, since I took 5 classes when I first got out of high school and first started college. I was taking 5 classes. I was a full-time student, like officially full-time. And I have yet to be officially full-time since then. I've never done more than 3 classes in the past 3 years. So I'm a little scared. I have 4 classes this semester. I'm a little nervous about it just because I haven't ever done that much before, and I'm trying to run my own business on top of it and make money to pay rent. So it's like, I'm a little nervous about it, but I think it'll be okay. I think I can handle it. I think it's something that it's very important for me to get used to. So, that kind of level of productivity every day, because that's been my biggest struggle, is getting myself up and productive every day. For, a decent amount of time and not just spending my whole day cross-stitching, because, like, trust me, that's what I would do if it were up to me. I would just craft all day, every day, diamond paint and cross-stitching, whatever. Yeah, so I need to get used to that. But everything's going really well in Randa's world. I'm very excited about it. We're at an hour and a half. I went longer with this video than I usually do because I spent so long at the beginning, doing thank yous for Buy Me a Coffee. So I will actually probably put a timestamp in case you want to skip that, just because I did it for like a half an hour. I don't want the people who don't care to get bored, but I wanted to make sure I did like the due diligence of like, I really wanted to properly thank everybody who gave me money in the past week. Like I said, as a broke college student, I make like less than $10,000 a year. So like, it means the world to me. So like, really it does, because I don't make shit. I really don't. So, yeah, it means the absolute world to me. So I wanted to make sure I really properly thanked everybody who donated to my channel this week. So, but I will put a timestamp because I know I went a little long with that, and no, I can't think. And I didn't want you guys to miss out on like a good solid hour of WIP Chat, so I went a half an hour further than I usually do, but it's fine. I don't think you guys are gonna care. Just hang out with me while we all craft, right? While we all work on our stuff. So I think that is where I'm going to end this video. I think I'm going to finish up this section really quick off camera because I'm almost done and I can't just stop here. Like, how do you just stop here? You don't. Like, I need to finish this. So, I think I'm going to finish this section up really quick and then go get myself some breakfast and get started for the restock. Remember, restock is every Monday. And today we're having a special Drills and Chills release on Tuesday. So, get your ninja fingers out. Get ready. 4 p.m. Monday, 4 p.m. Tuesday. Mountain Standard Time. Cool? Cool. Link to my shop will be down below if you are interested. It will all be under a link called Campsite. It's basically Linktree, just a different website, and it'll have everything you need: Instagram, my shop, buy me a coffee. I even put some of my like wish lists on there. So my 123 Stitch wish list and then my Amazon wish list I put on there, just because you guys have been so generous. I figured if maybe you wanted to do something like that instead of buy me a coffee, because I know a lot of you guys are really like, you're wanting to donate. This is not me trying to like fish for stuff. There is no obligation for anybody to buy me anything whatsoever. I just figured if that was how you wanted to donate, I would give you the option. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with giving you the option. So I did link those two wish lists in my campsite as well, so that will be down below. And my link to my shop is also down there as well, my Etsy shop. So make sure you go check out those restocks that are happening today. I'm very excited for those. And then the restock tomorrow, doubly excited for that. So check that out. All the links are down below. Yeah. I think that's all that I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later this week for a floss tube and then probably an unboxing later this week. So thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Again, let me know in the comments down below how you're doing and how your weekend has been going. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye! Hi guys, Editing Randa here. Just wanted to really quickly come on and say that I am